it's incredible to be back at the University of Tulsa. It's meant so much to me and my family. Um, Rick, you say it best when you say you come home, right? And that's what we feel here at the University of Tulsa. I know these aren't easy events to put on and small events, and thank you for everyone for just an amazing weekend so far. So um, I thought it would be appropriate to um, talk about the guy that brought me to Tulsa. You know, I'm originally from Ohio, and this guy kept bugging me all the time. When my girlfriend was over at the house, he'd be calling, and I couldn't get him to stop calling me. And I was never gonna go to Tulsa. My parents said it's too far away, and um, but you know, when I see that up there about Hall of Fame character, um, I truly know the guy I learned from. In many stages of my life, has the same type of character, and so Tom, I believe you'll step foot on this stage at one point. Probably not as a player, but as a coach. Um, but I just want to thank you for everything you did for me and my family. And obviously, your roles that we're a coach, a mentor, a colleague, but ultimately you're my friend. So thank you for everything done. Um, Obviously, I won't be up here without great teammates. I got two in the crowd tonight, Ryan McCurdy, who was on there, and Mike Haynes. Um, Obviously, soccer's ultimate team sport, 11 guys competing together. And I was always just trying to do the best I could for my team. So as Chris said, as he alluded to, it would be much better with the guys up here. Probably much more comfortable for me. But there's one teammate I really want to recognize, and that's Kyle Brown. Kyle was a player when I got here. I was like, dang, that guy's different. He's probably better than I am. But Kyle pushed me every day. He pushed me to be the best version of myself. And I think he helped realize my potential. And it's a funny story. I live in Kansas City now, and I saw a former or a current coach at the professional club there. And we played him in the second round when he was at UCLA. And he approached me and said, Ryan, man, your teams at Tulsa were so good. Who was that other player that you played with up top? You know, and so I know Kyle and I take great pride in having that relationship. And, you know, we were always there competing for each other. So I want to make special note of that. As a coach now, I think I spend way too much time talking to my assistants about players' makeup and characteristics. And when I think back about my journey as a player, I think my characteristics stood out in my childhood. You heard it on the screen. My competitiveness. If there's one person in this room that I would compete hardest against, it's my sister Reagan. We would compete at basketball, racquetball, Mall Madness, WrestleMania. You name it, Reagan and I competed, and we hated losing to each other. And oftentimes, we'd be chasing the basketball down the hill in the woods or calling mom at work. But we just grew up wanting to win, and she helped teach me that. And it's not a coincidence that she's in her Athletic Hall of Fame as a volleyball player. So she's been holding that against me for 10 years, and I finally get to on a level playing field. So I feel good about that. But thank you, Reagan. I love you. You know, I always try to have humility to my game. I try to be a team-first guy, and didn't really recognize it at the moment, but I definitely learned that from my other sister, Renee. She was the first three-sport athlete in our house. She was the defensive specialist in volleyball. She was the point guard with the most assists on the basketball team. And unfortunately, her career got cut short doing a team play, diving out of bounds and tore her ACL her senior year. But she always played for the team. She was always humble about the approach, and we always recognized that. Reagan and I did. While we're fighting in the background, Renee's doing the responsible stuff. So Renee, thank you, and I love you. Emotion. Yeah, obviously, I'm an emotional guy in a good way and a bad way. But if you could sum up one word for my mother, it's emotion. She loves people, she loves her community, and she loves her family. And sometimes we didn't always agree on things in terms of 500 people showing up to my games and the largest tailgates in the history of Tulsa. And but she did it because she wanted people to be around each other, and she cared a lot about them and the love for her family. And so I give you a big yippee, Mom. My father, it's still debatable in our house if he was an actual athlete or not. He cared more about cars. But one thing about my dad is his honest work and just not needing recognized for anything. You know, behind the scenes, coming home early from work to take me to soccer practice, or working early so he could be home to see a game. Just so lucky to have a great role model. Yep, yep. A great role model, Dad, and I always look up to you, and thank you for everything you've shown me. No, my family's very loyal, and I think that shows. My parents will celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary in August, and I just want to congratulate them on that. Just an unbelievable example for me and my wife currently, so thank you. My immediate family, so I have a daughter, Stella. Stella, are you over there? Stella lights up the room. I should be able to see her from here. She's got great personality. She's got great sassiness, great attitude on the soccer field. Maybe not always at home, but on the soccer field, she's got great attitude. But she completes our family, and I can't wait to see you grow, Stella. I love you, baby. My son, Luca. Luca is the most disciplined, responsible kid one could ever ask for. Great student. Sometimes I wonder who his real dad is. But then I watch him on the soccer field and it all clicks in. That's my boy. And I'm excited to see you grow as well, bud. And I just want to also make note how handsome you look tonight, you know? Okay. And then lastly, probably the most important person in my life, my wife, Ashley. Ashley, for those of you who know, Ashley and I go way back. So we go back to third grade when I asked her a critical question. And she chased me around the high school, and then finally I gave her the time of day. And boy, am I glad I did. She's the rock of our family. She's made so many sacrifices in her life. Because as athletes, as coaches, we can be selfish. And we have to make selfish decisions, whether that's to get to bed early or travel or whatever it is. It comes off selfishness, and you always have to have that rock beside you to take care of the things. And she has always done that. Her strength, she's just unbelievable to be around every day. And I'm just glad to be married to my best friend. So thank you, Ashley. Again, I just want to thank everyone for an unbelievable night, unbelievable weekend. And I look forward to always being Tom, your biggest fan, and on the team, and supporting any TU athletics I can, and just say rain came.